Hello students, welcome to AIMS India live sessions. This is about chemistry chapter. We are discussing that is matter. We are discussing from few days onwards. About matter, we have seen some points in the earlier classes. They are like what is matter, with which it is made up of, how this matter is classified, on which categorization the classification of matter was done. Those are like physical classification and chemical classification. In physical classification, matter classified into around five states of matter. In the chemical classification again, two categorizations like pure and impure substances. In the pure substances, again elements and compounds, and in the impure substances, mixtures, nothing but mixtures. There are two kinds again. So about this all we have seen. And one more thing we have observed is the interchangeability or interconversion of matter from one form to another form. So these all points we have seen earlier. Now, based upon these all concepts, we are going to have a small assessment today. Okay, just a small assessment. So till what extent we have studied, we have learned, till what extent we have understood the same chapter. On that, we are going to have some questions. So try to answer the questions, read the question carefully, observe the options, and you can give correct option in the live chat. Okay, children, are you ready for that? Okay, let's go here. Before going to see the questions, a glance let us give on the matter chapter. Completely different states of matter are mentioned here. You can observe. They are solids, liquids, gases, and the two more less commonly known states are also mentioned here: plasma and boson and steel. So how these are converting from one form to other form also they have given, and what are those conversions are called, or also those names are also given here. Some examples for different states of matter all are given. Just you can see it is a glance of different states of matter. Please observe this for a few seconds so that you can go for questioning. Okay, children, shall we go to the questions? Right. The first question: a form of matter has no fixed shape, but it has a fixed volume. An example of this form of matter is. So, observe the properties of matter given here. What state of matter it is, you identify first. A form of matter has no fixed shape, so that the matter has no shape, but it has fixed volume. So, in which state these two properties are satisfied of the matter? Yes, children, they are asking some example for such kind of matter. Let us see options so that we can give answer. First one is krypton, kerosene, carbon steel, carbon dioxide. So observe once the given options, which is the matter in that state which is satisfying these two properties. That is a fixed shape, no fixed shape, and fixed volume. Yes, children, in which state matter will be having fixed volume but no fixed shape? Yes, it is liquid state. In liquid state, matter will be having fixed volume and even fixed mass also, but that does not contain fixed shape. Liquids take the shape of the container in which they are stored, isn't it? So the given properties are being satisfied by matter in liquid state. Now let us observe the given options which is having liquid. So which is an example for the liquid, that will be correct option. If you see the first one, krypton. We know krypton is a noble gas. It is a gas. It has no fixed volume, even no fixed shape also. So this is not correct answer. Next, if you see kerosene, in which state it exists for us, children? Kerosene. Kerosene exists in liquid state. So this will be correct answer. Now let us see the remaining two also. What is carbon steel? Do you know what is meant by steel? Steel is an alloy. Again, what is an alloy? I think you might have heard about this alloy. Alloy is a mixture of two or more metals mixed. The mixture of two or more metals, when they are mixed in the molten state, they form a solid substance that is called an alloy. For example, steel we say. Steel generally is made up of iron, but iron has some bad properties. That is, one is it gets rust easily when it is kept outside. So to make this and to make it harder and rustless, iron is mixed with some other metals like nickel, chromium, and these all. So when these metals are mixed with iron, it will become rustless, and that alloy obtained from these all mixture is called steel. So to make it harder, along with these metals, certain amount of carbon also will be added to those mixtures. Then the steel obtained is called carbon steel. It will be tough enough and it won't get rust any. So that carbon steel is generally used for making of utensils. Anyhow, here steel, what in which state it exists for us? Steel in solid state. Steel is a solid, so it will be having fixed volume as well as fixed shape also. So this is also not correct option. What is the last one given? Carbon dioxide. We know carbon dioxide is a gas, so it is also not the correct answer. So only one is kerosene. Kerosene is the correct answer. It is a liquid which has fixed volume but no fixed shape. Okay, children, let's go to next question. Which one of the following statements is not true? So observe the options given. Identify the incorrect statement. The molecules in a solid vibrate about a fixed position. The molecules in liquid are arranged in a regular pattern. The molecules in a gas exert negligibly small forces on each other except during collisions. The molecules of a gas occupy all the space available. So read the options carefully once again and identify the statement which is incorrect about matter. See the first one. The molecules in a solid vibrate about a fixed position. Will the molecules be vibrating in the solids? Actually, we say molecules are tightly packed. Even though it is a solid, every matter, molecules will be having slight vibrations. These vibrations will be there in the solid state also, but these will be in the very minute. Small vibrations will be there, and they will be having within the fixed position. At the same position, these molecules will be having slight vibrations in the solids. So the first statement is correct. Second statement, the molecules in a liquid are arranged in a regular pattern. Is it correct, children? What happens in the liquids? The molecules are loosely packed. The attractions are somewhat less than compared to that of solids. So molecules can move one another. They won't be in the fixed positions in the regular pattern. Even though you keep them in the regular pattern, immediately they will slide one another because of less attractions between them. So they slide, as they are sliding one another, they won't be in the regular pattern. So second option is wrong. Now let us see third option what it is given. The molecules in a gas exert negligibly small forces on each other except during collisions. So except while colliding one to other, the attractions between the molecules are very less in case of gases. Very less, we can say even negligible. So this is also one of the correct statements about gases. Last option, the molecules of a gas occupy all the space available for them. Yes, because in gases, molecules are having no attractions between them. They have much freedom to move there and here. They'll occupy immediately the container in which they are stored. Whatever the size of the container. So they can occupy immediately the available space for them. So this statement is also correct about gases. The only one statement which is given incorrect is B. molecules in liquids are not arranged regularly. Even if we arrange them, they won't be in the regular same pattern. They can slide one another very easily because of less attractions and more spaces when compared to solids. Okay, that is about second question. So B is correct answer. Next, when water at 0 degrees Celsius freezes to form ice at the same temperature of 0 degrees Celsius, then it releases some heat, absorbs some heat, either absorbs or releases heat, neither absorbs nor releases heat. See what they are doing here. Water is taken at 0 degrees Celsius temperature. The same water is converted into ice but at the same temperature. So ice is also at the same temperature 0 degrees Celsius. What happened? Only state changed from water to ice. Liquid to solid it is changed. Now what happens to the heat in that body or in that matter? Yes, children, you can give your answer in the live chat. Okay, let us see the explanation. Okay, here when water changing to ice, it needs cooling. So we have to cool the water. That means we have to give coolness to the water. Generally we keep in the refrigerator. So water temperature will maintain 0 degrees Celsius, but it will be converting into ice form. While converting from liquid to solid form, it releases or it gives out certain amount of heat energy. It gives out. That we say generally, it releases some heat. It releases some heat out. So your first option will be correct. When the ice converts into water at the same temperature, it takes certain amount of energy from surroundings. It absorbs. But when liquid converting into solid, it releases out energy. Okay, next question. Which of the following phenomena always results in the cooling effect? So, which phenomena or which process causes cooling, they are asking. Let us see options. Boiling, sublimation, evaporation, condensation. Out of these, which gives coolingness while it is occurring? Yes, children, can you give answer? Okay, that is evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling because if a liquid is getting evaporation, how does evaporation occurs? That is conversion of a liquid into gas. A liquid can convert into gas by taking energy from the surroundings. So that what happens in the surroundings, temperature will be reduced. That causes cooling there. So evaporation is a cooling process, cooling phenomenon. What about boiling? It needs certain amount of heat energy. We have to boil, we have to heat it. Even sublimation also we have to heat there. Even condensation, it releases certain amount of energy out. So finally, out of this, evaporation causes cooling at normal conditions also. Which of the following cannot be considered as a form of matter? Say some substances or some things are given here. Identify which is not matter. Atom, water, electron, and sunlight. Out of these, which is not a matter, children? Is atom not a matter? Or is it water or electron? Which is not a matter? Yes, you can give answer. Yes, it is sunlight. Sunlight is not a matter. Atoms will be in the matter. Atoms are the building blocks of matter, we say. So these are in part of matter. And even water. Water is also a form of matter because what do we say matter means? It has some mass and occupying some space and it can be perceived by our senses. So by this all, water we can say as a matter. And electrons. Electrons are also a part of matter because we say atoms are the building blocks of matter. These atoms contain electrons. So the electrons are also a part of matter. But by coming to sunlight, what is sunlight? Sunlight is energy. It is a form of energy. So the remaining three are forms of matter where sunlight is a form of energy, not matter. We said this whole universe, okay, this whole universe can be divided into two, categorized into two. One is energy, the other one is matter. So the substance or the thing which is having these three properties, having mass and occupying some space and can be perceived by our senses, that is matter. And there are the other thing is energy. Energy is in the form of different forms. There we know light energy, heat energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy, thermal energy. These all will come under energies. So out of this, sunlight is also one of the energy form. It is not a matter. Bose-Einstein condensate have very low kinetic energy, low kinetic energy, high kinetic energy, or highest kinetic energy. So you're asking about the particles in the Bose-Einstein condensate state. So when this Bose-Einstein condensate will be formed, we discussed about it when yes, when gases are cooled to very low temperature. Okay, okay now, okay. What do I say? Bose-Einstein condensate has what kind of energy? Either high energy or low energy or very low energy or very high energy. To know that, first we have to know how this Bose-Einstein condensate is formed. We know when gases are cooled to very low temperatures, nearly which is equal to absolute zero. That means minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature or 0 kelvins. If gas are cooled to that temperature, cooling nothing but taking energy from them. Molecules will lose their energy while cooling. So we are cooling them to very low temperatures. So almost all the energy in the molecules will be omitted out. They will lose their complete energy. Now the molecules in the Bose-Einstein condensate will be with very low energy. Okay, children? The kinetic energy of the molecules in the Bose-Einstein condensate is very low, very low kinetic energy. So when gases are cooled to very low temperature, which is nearly equal to minus 273 degrees Celsius temperature, at that condition, this BEC or Bose-Einstein condensate will be formed. So at this condition, molecules are having no energy at all. Almost you can say very low kinetic energy. Okay, A is correct answer. Next one, which of the following is incorrect about plasma? What is this plasma, children? Yes, we know as it is one of the states of matter. The fourth state of matter we discussed then. Okay, on this they have given some question. Fluorescent tube and neon sign bulbs consist of plasma. Okay, they are asking to find out incorrect statements. Let us observe the options carefully. Fluorescent tubes and neon sign bulbs consist of plasma. The gas gets ionized when electrical energy flows through it. This plasma consists of superenergetic and superexcited particles. The plasma glows with color which does not depend upon the nature of the gas taken. So, which is incorrect statement about plasma? Observe the options carefully and give answer, children. Fluorescent tubes and neon sign bulbs consist of plasma. Yes, it is correct. While explaining about the noble gases and their uses, we discussed about these noble gases are used in advertisement with glow bulbs or sign bulbs, which will be glowing in the different shapes with the names. So those are filled with neon gas or some other noble gases. When electricity is passed through them, they will convert into plasma. They will be ionized. So when they are ionized, they glow. Because of the glowing, we are able to see those as bulbs with a different glitterance, different brightness. Okay, the first one is correct. That fluorescence is because of this plasma formed from noble gases. Okay, next, the gas gets ionized when electrical energy flows through it. Yes, that is happening actually in the electrical bulbs or advertisement glow bulbs. What happens in these advertisement sign bulbs are filled with these noble gases like neon. When electric current is passed through them, these molecules will be excited and they release electrons and they create plasma and they will be much fluorescent then. So by passing electrical energy, this plasma is created by the excitation and ionization of gases. Okay, children, this is also correct statement. Next one, it consists of super energetic and super excited particles. Yes, this is happening actually when high electricity is passed through them. The molecules of gas will be ionized and they form super energetic particles as well as super energetic uh, ions along with electrons. The existence of ions with electrons is called plasma state, we know. So there will be the high energy, that we say super excited particles. So this is also correct. Now the fourth statement, if you observe once, the plasma glows with a color which it does not depend upon the nature of gas taken. Actually, based upon the type of noble gas taken in the glow bulb, the color depends. Okay, the color of the fluorescence depends upon the gas taken in the that sign bulbs. So it depends upon the gas taken or nature of the gas they have given. It does not depend here. So this will be correct incorrect statement about plasma. The color of the fluorescence depends upon the noble gas taken inside the bulb. Next question. The boiling point of alcohol is 78 degrees Celsius. What is the temperature in Kelvin scale? So how to say the temperature in Kelvin scale if the temperature given in degrees Celsius? For that, we have one formula. Yesterday we have discussed about in the previous class. That is, if any temperature if it is given in degrees Celsius, if you want to convert that into Kelvin units, the temperature given in the degrees Celsius to be added with 273. By that, we get the final value in Kelvin units. So here, 78 degrees Celsius temperature they have given. Can you calculate it, children? Yes, you can try. 78 degrees Celsius is equal to 78 plus 273. This gives Kelvin units. Can you find the answer for this? Let us give options. Yeah, some they have given already option. Good. See here, 373 kelvins, 351 kelvins, 375 kelvins, 78 kelvins. Which is correct answer, children? If the temperature is given in degrees Celsius, to convert into kelvins, we have to add 273. Then it will be, yes, it is 351 kelvins, 351 kelvins. Okay, let us go to the next one. All gases will occupy zero volume when the temperature is reduced to. So, at which temperature gases occupy zero volume? That means the volume of gases almost becomes zero. At which temperature it happens? Let us see options. At 273 degrees Celsius, or 273 kelvins, or minus 273 degrees Celsius, or 0 degrees Celsius. At which it happens, children? While explaining about Bose and Hissine condensate, we say when gases are cooled to absolute zero temperature, absolute zero, there the volume of the gases becomes almost zero. Like by very lowest, they become lowest energetic quantum. That is absolute zero. What is absolute zero? We know it is 0 kelvins. The same can be written as minus 273 degrees Celsius. This is called absolute zero or zero Kelvin temperature. At this temperature, the volumes of all the gases almost becomes zero. So now correct answer is minus 273 degrees Celsius. It is correct. Okay, children. Let's go to next. During summer, water kept in an earthen pot becomes cool because of the phenomenon. By which phenomenon the water kept in a pot becomes cool in summer season? See the options: diffusion, transpiration, osmosis, evaporation. Which is the correct reason, children? It is evaporation. It is correct answer because these earthen pots will be having very small holes through them. Very tiny holes will be there. Through the holes, water from inside will comes like very small droplets. These droplets of water will be evaporated. What is happening in the evaporation? The liquid changes into gaseous form. When it is happening, it takes the heat energy from the surrounding. That means from the earthen pot, so that the earthen pot becomes cool. So for this cooling of earthen pot, the phenomenon causing is evaporation of water. Evaporation is the reason for it. Okay, next one. Large volume of compressed natural gas is available in small cylinders to us due to its property of a huge quantity of natural gas or CNG, compressed natural gas it is called. So a large quantity of gas is taken and stored in a small cylinder. So by which property it can be stored in small cylinders? What is the property of CNG here? See options: high inflammability, easy availability, high compressibility, and low density. Out of these, which is correct, children? Yes, by which property it can be taken in the small volumed cylinder? Yes, it is high compressibility. Gases can be compressed a lot. Large amount of gas also can be compressed and kept in a small bottle. That is because of high compressibility property of gases. So CNG is also one of the gases. So it is having this property of high compressibility. That is correct. Next, let us go to second question. Next question. Which of the following changes represent sublimation? What does it mean by sublimation, children? Yes, the conversion of a solid substance directly into gaseous form without coming into liquid phase is called sublimation, and those substances are called sublimable substances. Now they are asking which change represents this sublimation. They are asking. Let us see options. Is it solid to liquid change, or solid to gas, or liquid to gas, or first gas to liquid and then to gas? Yes, which is correct answer, children? Yes, it is solid to gas. The conversion of a solid into gas without coming to liquid state is called sublimation. So it is correct answer. Solid to gas is correct answer. Example for these sublimable solids: naphthalene, camphor. Okay, children, these come under examples for sublimable substances or sublimates. Next question. Boyle's law states that. What is the statement of Boyle's law? Let us see here given options. Pressure of a gas is directly proportional to the temperature. Pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to the volume. Volume is directly proportional to the temperature at constant pressure. Volume is inversely proportional to the pressure at constant temperature. Observe this carefully, children. You may get more than one options for this. So do it carefully. Recollect once the statement of Boyle's law. What is that? At constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. So T is kept constant. Volume of a gas is inversely proportional to pressure. So in which it is explained here out of these options? See, the second option, pressure of a gas is inversely proportional to volume. Yes, isn't it, children? So this is correct. One more statement also correct here about this Boyle's law, say, that is fourth one. Volume is inversely proportional to the pressure at constant temperature. So it is given the reverse way in both the statements. So these two will be correct answers. They are B and D. These two are correct statements which are explaining Boyle's law. Okay. Okay, it is only given. This also will come under. So these two are the correct statements. The pressure of a gas is 2 atmospheres at 5 liters. If its pressure is increased by 3 units, then what will be its new volume? So they have given certain quantities. One of them is varied, the other one they are asking to find out. So whatever the problem they give like this, first of all, you try to make this habituation, first writing the data of the question. So what option, what properties they have, quantities they have given, what they ask you to find out. If you are able to do this, you can understand what to find out. So by which formula you can find out this. Okay. See the question once again. The pressure of a gas is 2 atmospheres. So let us consider this as a P1 and at a 5 liters volume. So let us consider this as a V1, initial volume. If its pressure is increased by 3 units, so pressure is changed. That means final pressure is increased by, initial pressure is increased by 3 units. Already it is at 2 atmospheres. If it is increased by 3 units, what happens? It becomes totally 5 units or 5 atmospheres. So final pressure is 5 atmospheres. We are asking to find out final volume. So what formula we can use for this calculation of final volume, children? Yes, it is Boyle's equation. P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Out of this, P1 and V1 are known, and even P2 is also known. We have to find out only V2. So if we keep this as subject, it becomes V2 is equal to P1 V1 by P2. Can you do this calculation? I'm going to give options. 2 liters, 3 liters, 4 liters, 5 liters. Out of these, which is correct answer, children? Yeah, you can give answer if you do calculation. Okay, see here, 2 liters is correct answer. Why? Because if you observe a solution, we have written this all. So initial volume is 5 liters, initial pressure 2 atmospheres, final volume 2. Yes, we have to find out the final volume. This we have to find out. Final pressure increased by 3 units, no? So it becomes 5 atmospheres. We have the formula P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. If you are substituting that, only V2 we have to find out. Substitute the remaining values. We get it as 2 liters. So the final volume is 2 liters. Understood, children? So if you write the data like this first, there we can understand what quantities are given, what we have to find out, so that we can understand what formula to be used also. Okay, next question. If the absolute temperature of a gas is doubled at constant pressure, then the volume of the gas is, what they have given? The temperature is doubled. Suppose initial temperature T1. What will be the final temperature? T2 is equal to 2 into T1 because it is doubled at LE. So if you consider initial final volume as T2, it is equal to 2 T1 because the initial temperature we consider as T1. Then they are asking then the volume of the gas. So suppose initial volume V1, we are asking to find out what is our final volume. What happens to the final volume? And here pressure is constant, they told already. So between these variables, volume and temperature, what formula we can use? Yes, Charles law equation. What is that? V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. There we have to find out only V2. Remaining 3 are given. Can you do the calculation, children? Yes, you can try. I am giving options here. Reduce it to half, doubled, reduced to 1/4, increased by 8 units, increased to 80 units. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is doubled. Why? Because let us see here solution. So initial volume they consider as V, and initial temperature they consider T kelvins. So final volume became something. This we are going to find out. Final temperature is double to the total, so it becomes 2T. And this is the formula which we have to use here, Charles-Lie equation. Out of this, V2 we have to find out. If you keep this as subject, we get this formula. V1 by T1 is into T2. Substitute all the values, we get 2V, where V is initial volume. So what happened? Volume finally doubled. It became double. Okay, children? So I think you understood well. Many of you have given correct answers. Very good, children. We are going to have one more live examination on this coming Sunday. So be prepared. Revise all these videos once again. Okay. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and visit our website. It is www.aimstoday.in for latest updates and recorded videos. Thank you.